Hello and welcome to the next lesson. One less to go. In this case, we're going to see the Earth that, as I was saying earlier, we can depict in many ways. But in our case, I'm going to focus on this drawing concept. I took this drawing from the internet and it will be my reference for doing our next shapes, so to speak. I'm going to analyze this drawing, and as I was saying, from Earth we can get rocks apart from nature and environment, but we're going to focus on these lifeless forms that are so peculiar to draw. As we've seen, they feature some straight curves, which are the ones that will help us when drawing our illustration. What am I doing now? Well, I'm drawing a flat object using straight shapes over which I will put on some more color layers with tones in a very geometric way. Though they're irregular shapes, I'm going to try not to include any curves in this drawing. This way I'm following those light zones in order to guide myself when making the structure for our rock. We're going to have three main colors, which would be the ones from the regular light sources we could see. If we supposed it is in a more common environment, the top part would be enlightened. The side would be a bit darker, and the color with the darkest tone would be the one in the bottom. That way, we can find those differences which are the ones that are going to characterize the rock we're making at the moment. As you see, I'm creating some shadows in different parts of the rock, respecting the top of it, because it's the light zone we're interested on leaving as is. What more can we do? Well, again, this is a course oriented to use the Photoshop filters, and this way, what I'm going to try to teach you is select the object we're drawing for it to be more realistic. So what I just did is to use an overlay layer in order to give more light to the top, and aided by this, I chose a lighter tone from the resulting one, and this is going to be the tone that I will use to illuminate the parts of the rock that are closest to the light. You have to bear in mind that since we're drawing rocks, we have to focus our style towards something more similar to, I don't know, something with cracks, something that looks very eroded, with some smaller light beams because of it having small slivers. I'm following as a reference a drawing that's already finished, but I'm giving my drawing its own personality that I consider. Since it's a drawing, I'm trying to analyze in order to somehow get a tutorial or a lesson for me to explain you how I'm doing it. If you prefer, you can use a real picture of a rock or something like that. Colorado Canyon is a place that has quite a playful color palette because of the red stones it has. And you can find some monoliths that are quite interesting when drawing. As you see, I'm applying here with filters a series of colors that can help me when developing some concept art for rocks or whatever. And, you can see one is more yellow, the other one has a redder tone, and the last one, I'm doing it as if it was in an even more natural environment in which the time has passed, and because of this, some grass has sprouted in rock. It's a matter of seeing how you can play more with it. I'm also interested on giving it like a mystical look, so what I'm going to do is apply a filter to help me do it. So, filter on top layer, I'm going to select a big brush with diffused edges, and I'm going to give it some light color touch to complete this illustration. And this would be the result. Now it's just about putting on some points, trying not to overdo it. And I'm going to make a layer below, and on this one, I'll put on another glow with a light tone as if the light was closer to the rock, and this way it will look like the rock was reflecting it. Like this. And well, it's just about finding the shape of the rock that you want. Since they have a very irregular appearance, some of the shapes can be a bit sharper, other a bit rounder maybe. And I made this drawing to make a recap. So first we put on a color base, next we fill it with color, then we're going to play with the filters in order to give those series of tweaks. You can try with different shapes because let's see what we can get out of this. So as I was saying, first we take a base color. I'm going to take the colors of the stone above, so I don't have to beat my brains out, and then with Control U we'll tweak the color. I'm going to lower the opacity of the layer with the line art because we want to do like a clean drawing with no strokes. And well, starting with this, what we're going to do now is using a lighter color will mark the parts that would be illuminated, which would be on top. Remember the small cracks and the level differences we could find when drawing the rock. This is all about bringing some volume to the drawing. And you can make some thin lines to give it some wear and erosion to provide some kind of ancient appearance, so to speak. Make some dents, play with lines, etc. We're going to be taking colors above to enlighten. Bring some more details. And well, there's not much more mystery to it. It's just about filling it. And as I was saying, you can use a real reference. Maybe it's more useful than our drawing, but I wanted to show you this precise drawing because I like the color palette on it and because you can easily appreciate everything I wanted to explain. And after giving some light to the object, we've finished our own rock, and that's pretty much it. You can play with the colors yourselves and make your tweaks with Control U or with color and alternate in order to get your own color palette. I hope you liked this lesson and see you in the last one. See you soon.